Hi there, welcome to my instruction video on how to make my Christmas bauble. So if you would like to make a 3D bauble like this, then keep watching and I will show you how to make it. These come from my TPT store. You can either get them in full colour like this one, so it is just print and stick, or they come in black and white so that you can cut them out, colour them in and make them with your kiddos. Alternatively, I have larger ones too, which come 2 baubles on each page, and you need 4 baubles in order to make one complete bauble. So you would take your colouring pens, which you need colouring pens or pencils. You'll need a pair of scissors. You're going to need, I'm using embroidery thread, but if you've got some twine or some thick thread for hanging them on the tree. I have a single hole punch, but a double hole punch, it will work as well, and a glue stick. It doesn't matter what kind of glue, but so long as you've got some kind of glue stick, because we're going to stick them all together. So that's everything that you need. Obviously, if you are doing the coloured ones, then you don't need the marker pens. All you need is the glue, the hole punch, scissors and some thread. And I've got some Okay, so I have cut out these, so they're quite easy to cut out, but if you've got young people doing this activity and they don't have very good scissor skills, cutting with card and child-friendly scissors can lead to disaster. So you might want to cut them out for them once they've coloured them in, or you might be able to prepare in advance and cut all the baubles out so that they can just choose them. There are lots of different designs, but you need to have 4 different designs, or at least 2 and 2, to stick them together. The next step is to fold them in half. Now this might seem like a very straightforward thing to do, and you would naturally go and fold them like this, but you'll see that the tip here isn't quite right when you do that. So you need to fold it in half so that the holding part of the bauble is folded accurately in half, and then the rest of the bauble will fold quite easily. Okay, so it's folded, and I'm just going to go and do the rest of these. I haven't cut this out very well, but that's okay because you can trim it once you've glued it together, and I recommend being open to that. So we just fold all 4 of these baubles in half, and like so, trying to marry them up as best as you can. But as I say, if you don't manage, don't worry, because you can trim it at the end. Oops. There we go. Then what you're going to, once you've got all these, it doesn't matter which one you start with, work out what order you want them to go in. So I've got Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus here. I've got the wise men, so I think I'm going to stick the wise men after that. And then I've got the shepherds on this side, and I think I'm going to put the angel between the shepherds and the wise men. So that's how I'm going to make it run. So now that I know what it's going to look like, I'm going to start here. So this is my last one, or it's got the angel on it. I'm going to take my glue stick, and I'm using bright coloured glue to make it easier for you to see, but I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue on just half of my bauble and go right up into the top bit as well, so that you've got glue up there and down the side seam. There we go. I don't want to have too much glue, but you get the idea. Okay, and so then next to that is going to be my wise men, and so this is where it takes a little bit of skill. We're going to marry up the edges as best as we can, checking all the way around. Yep, that's good, that's in place. I knew that one was a little bit rough there, so that's okay. And then we're just going to squeeze them together, and that's that one done. Then we're going to take the other 2 and we're going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to glue these 2 together. And making sure that we've got them together as accurately as we can. good thing with this glue is it's quite forgiving. I have got glue on the front as well, which I don't recommend if you're using orange glue. It's on my fingers. Make sure that they're stuck down together. And so now you've got 2 halves and we're going to glue them together here. But again, I'm just going to do it by gluing 1 half and then we'll turn it over and glue the other half. Okay. So make sure they match up as best you can. And that should leave us with one that's not, one bit that's not glued. I am getting this glue everywhere. Okay. And then we can just glue them like so. And there we have it. I don't recommend using bright coloured glue if you're doing these, but I just wanted you to be able to see it. So now open it up so that you've got 2 pictures folded and 2 flat, and take your hole punch. This is a single hole punch, but you can do this with a double hole punch as well, and just place the hole punch over the little hole in the top like so, and then with your embroidery thread you're going to cut a piece off and I'm going to thread it through. There we go. Take the 2 ends, tie them in a knot. Okay, and there we have it, and you can open them out. So at this point you would then check. So we've got a little bit here that's not quite right. I've not glued in quite the right position, so I'm just going to trim it. There we go. Oh dear, sorry. And then you can trim round this piece here around the top if need be. So if you've coloured it in right to the very edges, you might have white showing, and so you can cut round where you have. Be careful not to cut the string. But it is, as I say, it's quite forgiving. You can cut away any bits that you didn't quite cut correctly when you were cutting them out. So here, there you have it. This is my 3D bauble. And as I say, they come in this small size, which will be great for hanging on a Christmas tree. If you've got a really big Christmas tree, then you can cut out the giant baubles, or maybe you want to hang them up in your classroom. You could put a string across the ceiling and hang them from there. And they come in black and white, and they also come fully coloured as well. And just trying to find the coloured one. Here we go. So here is a fully coloured one. And again, it's just print and cut, and you see you can trim these down. And you can hang it up in your classroom, or take it home and hang it up at home. And if you buy this, there is also 2 giant bonus baubles that I've not shown here. So I hope that you enjoyed this instructional video, and I look forward to catching you next time. Take care, God bless you, bye bye.